Topic Tuesday. Is the holiday season stressful for you? Are you feeling a bit blue? Well, you are not alone. Joining me now is Dr. Rafat Omar, a psychologist with UPMC. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So what causes holiday blues?
Yeah, holiday blues are really caused by some of the stress and kind of anxiety that comes with the fervor of the season. But for some people, there may be more specific and personal reasons, the death of a loved one, or for some people being far away from family for work obligations or something of the sort. So it can vary a little bit.
And what is the difference between like holiday stress and seasonal affective disorder?
Yeah, seasonal affective disorder is different in that it's really caused by the lack of. In most cases, when we start getting into fall, 4 p.m. starts to look like midnight, and it's hard for people to maintain their energy level and their mood with that darkness coming so soon. Holiday blues are really more specifically about the holidays as they come, so it tends to start a little bit later for people as we get into the season a little bit, for some of the reasons that we mentioned earlier. But yeah, it's really the cause, even though they look similar, it's the cause.
And for like the depression with the lights, there's treatments for that. You can use a lighting system.
Correct, yeah.
And then if you've lost a loved one, you touched on this earlier, it can be really devastating when the holidays roll around. What advice do you have to people to cope and get through that time?
The biggest things are not to give in to that feeling that you want to isolate and withdraw from the people that you do have left. Not being so alone with your thoughts, and just maintaining engagement with your loved ones, and kind of reflecting on the positive memories versus solely focusing on the fact that you lost that person.
Yeah, and in general, it may not be that you lost a loved one, but just the actual stress. Are there any other tips you can give people to especially if you're interacting with family, and that can be stressful at times and kind of bring you down?
Yeah, a couple of big ones. The first one being recognize that this is not forever, right? It's going to be a couple months and then we're out of it. But also just making sure that you're maintaining that time for yourself to do the things that bring you joy, peace, and comfort, because often those are the first things we stop doing when we start getting really stressed. But it's really important to have that self-care element and maintain it consistently through the season.
And do you see a lot of people come out of it with these tips? Can they come out of it pretty quickly if they get into that state? Or when do you think you should seek help?
If it persists, into the new year, or it gets really intense and extreme to the point where you're maybe having thoughts of self-harm or something of that sort. Another big one we look for is increased substance use. And you should probably seek help. But if the new year comes around and you're like, okay, finally the pressure's over and I'm good, then it sounds like a pretty normal course. But if you're kind of getting into the mid-January and you're still feeling depressed, not feeling better at all, I'd say seek some help.
All right, thank you so much, Doctor.